concept of standardized testing has been a part of America's public education system since before the Civil War. Even with a long history, it stands as a highly controversial topic. As a future educator in the United States, it is important that I understand how standardized exams are designed. With this in mind, myself and 3 other pre-service teachers researched the who, what, and how of standardized testing. In this video, I will go over our findings and discuss modern standardized testing as it applies to the whole United States. To learn more about standardized testing in Indiana, Massachusetts, or Texas, click the annotations on the screen. This video will break down into 3 parts. In these parts, I will answer the following questions. 1. Who creates these standardized assessments? 2. How are they designed? And 3. Why are the certain exams chosen over others? First, the who of it all. This question can be answered quite quickly. Pearson, CTB, McGraw-Hill, ETS, these are some of the faces behind today's standardized exams. These names are well known in education for good and bad reasons. A lot of their reputation stems from their involvement with the testing industry. Pearson is a relatively young company, but they have put their name on the map with the explosion of the testing industry. The Partnership for Assessment of Readiness for College and Careers, or PARC, is an exam created by Pearson. Initially, it was administered in 23 states and with good reason. The exam is Common Core aligned, which makes it easily accessible for states. However, PARC has been steeped in drama since its creation, and now only 6 states administer the exam. Pearson has bared the brunt of the controversy with testing. A quick Google search will pull up tons of instances of exam controversies where Pearson was the test vendor. The Washington Post has a long but probably not exhaustive list of testing problems involving Pearson. However, Pearson is far from the only educational testing company to experience problems. CTB McGraw-Hill lost its contract with Indiana due to administration issues with the EDST exam. Measured Progress paid the state of Nevada over $1 million in damages due to issues related to their state exam. Unfortunately, I could go on and on. So who creates the standard exams that millions of students take yearly? Private companies and organizations. Now, how are these exams designed? On a technical level, this is a hard question to answer. Unfortunately, these private groups are not openly publishing the how-to guides for standardized tests. Pearson was kind enough to share a brief explanation of the process behind standardized exams. According to their website, there are 7 steps from start to finish. First, state exams are created and reviewed. Then, quote-unquote, educational professionals work together to create test questions. From there, the questions are reviewed and field tested to check for errors, clarity, etc. Finally, the tests are distributed and administered. Afterwards, the state decides upon how they will report scores to students, families, and teachers, etc. On paper, this seems to be a surefire way to create a statewide exam. But we know that Pearson has an extensive list of exam errors, so really how effective is their process? Other companies don't even share information like this, so I guess we as educators can consider ourselves lucky that we have even a sliver of an idea about this stuff. So, how are these exams designed? According to Pearson, very well. Finally, why are certain exams chosen over others? The easiest way to answer that, quite frankly, is some tests really suck. The education agency in each state goes through its own vetting process to decide which vendor they want for their exams. Some states, like Indiana, have publicly shared how they selected their vendor. Be sure to watch the video on Indiana to get a full explanation of that. After the states decide upon a vendor, it's basically a test to see who can test students with the least amount of failure. States across the nation have been on the testing vendor merry-go-round, trying to find a vendor that will serve them best. What works for one state might not work for another. For example, when Measured Progress administered exams for Nevada, their relationship ended in a $1 million settlement for damages. On the other hand, Measured Progress has successfully held a contract with Massachusetts for years. If a state experiences enough problems, they will ultimately change vendors, thus leading to a new exam for students to take. Standardized testing is truly a game of experiments. Each state is currently trying to figure out what works best while trying to keep up with constantly changing field of education. Useless, hard to understand, too constricting, these are all ways people may describe standardized testing. Unfortunately, it's here to stay. The best tool we have is our understanding, and my hope is that you gain some after watching this video. Be sure to watch our other videos on standardized testing in specific states. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching.